So, okay, thank you. So just a few reminders before the begin. Now first, to make a clear webinar for all attendees, I have muted all of you. Now however, if you have any question, you can type it in webinar dialog. Now we will reply to you as soon as possible. Now if you want to add something or to our webinar, now please push the right hand button and we will unmute you. Now thank you for all your understanding. Okay, now let's begin. So first, I will introduce the highlight of the ZW3D for 2014, the CAD module. Now from the date exchange, the basic function, and the CAD module, each module has some good points. Now feature frozen, and the part configuration, the flex tools, and the new process section of the STL module. Now in the drafting modules, we support the direct edit view and the easily to modify the dimensions and so on. Now later, I will introduce them one by one. So first, ZW3D 2014 version, now we have the upgraded, the imported the engine. Now on previous version, we even directly to read the 3D modules, but the ZW3D users, he need to install the Transmagic. But in ZW3 2014, we needn't to install the Transmagic, so we can directly to read the CAD, NX, Creo, the Pro-E, and SolidWorks Solid Edge, the Inventor. So we can transmit. This is a data exchange function. It's built in ZW3D. Also, we can get it the better the import. Now, this is the first point about the import. Now, second is the export. Now, also, we needn't to install any other application. So we can directly to export ZW3D files and to save them as a Parasolid, Step, IGS is a standard format. Also, it's important since we can directly to import ZW3D files into the CATIA 4 and CATIA 5 the file. Also, we needn't to install any other application. So also, this is a new export format. At the same time, we continue to improve the DWG and the DXF export the equations. So we can get it the better the DWG file. Okay, next one. The second point is about the base code function. It is a good the new feature. It is a feature frozen. Now, okay, we can say it. Now, this is a mechanical part. And it is some of the modeling the process. Now, in the configuration table, we use to activate the feature frozen bar. It will show in the history manager. We can directly to drag and drop the feature frozen bar to any positions. Now, after that, find. Before that, the features are frozen. So we can't to modify or delete or edit these features. But if you need to change or modify the other features, such as the chamfer or the filter, you will find it. It will more quickly. So it is reduce the time of the region, the history region. So the feature frozen bar is very useful for some of the complex part or many modeling process. It can help the designers to save the much time for the history region. Now, next point, in the ZW3D 2013 and 2014, the two versions, we continue to improve our history manager. So Especially in 2014 version, the History Manager became more clearly. So many it is in relatives operations are removed. Now, such as if you defined it the part attribute or assign a layers information, and if you blank or unblank the object features. Now, also is very important since except for the pattern component, all assembly operations are removed from the History Manager, such as insert a component, you add the alignment, or mirror the copy or move the component. All these assembly operations not recorded in the History Manager. Now, History 2 just record the modeling process. So this History Manager becomes more clearly and more efficient. Now, except for the bigger points, also there are so many the useful and small tips in the base code feature. Now, if you try ZW3D 2014, the beta version, also you will find there is a new pixel toolpath. So the many, the small control, you can easily to pick a geometry in the part or modeling. Now for the datum, we provided some of the two types to quickly to define it a new datum. Now for the print and plot features, it is combined together. And at the same time, if you want to print some of the multi-sheet, also you can customize which sheet it is print just at one time. It is more quickly. Now also, in the dynamic session view, it is a widely used features. Now, in the latest version, it is supported to use a different color or with a customized color or from the component earns the color to show the different component. So this is a session, it is more clearly to distinguish the which component or the which part. Now, another, it is optimize the part attribute. We provide a new features and then to control it is show or not show in the files manager. Now, this is assembly files. In the file manager, it shows many different component information. Now, we can define it, do not need in the root, and set it another part L ring and do not need in root. Also, you can use another feature to show it. It is not shown in the file manager or turn on and turn off. This is optimize part attribute. It is more useful in especially for mode design since the complete the mode design part, including so many standard parts. But for some of the mode makers, he just want to show some of the core and cavity, this kind of part. So users, he can use this is a part attribute to hide some of the standard part in the file manager. So you can get it the more clear the files information in a long, very long, the histories part. Now, okay, next one, we will set some of the highlights in the sketch module. Now, the good point, it is improved the auto-constraint the system, except that the background and the reference feature also has some of the improved. Now we see it the improved the auto-constraint system. Now default setting, all the constraint will be automatically to add in the drawing sketch. Now also there is a two constraint. Now okay, we'll do it again. Now when we pick the point, you will get the two auto constraint. If you click the shift key, you can select it the needed one. So you can pick it which one is your need. It is get it your equal or according to different constraint requirement. Okay, next requirement, when you snap the point, but you don't want to add any auto constraint, you can hold down the shift and then just use for snapping and not to add this is auto constraint informations. Now, except for the sketch, the point 4 is about the modeling. Now, in the modeling, the first I want to say it is a good feature to use to very easily to manage the part with a different feature or with the different dimensions. So, use this feature, we can easily to create a part family. Now, this is a basic case, but he can show you clearly about the part configuration. Now, just give it a name, create the first one. You double-click to active. Now, this is a new table. So we can edit the features and hold the mirror operation. If you pick this feature will be surprise. So you get it. This is a countable the whole. It is surprised. Now I created a second one. It is big base. So in the second configuration, I want to define it a different dimension. Before the dimension, I need to add the feature. Now, and then add this is block the dimensions. So in this table, you can directly to modify this is the value and then apply it. You will get it. The part configuration, it is with a different dimension or with a different feature. Now also, if we created a 2D sheet, there is a new section options. You can assign which part configuration is your need. So also, it is very useful to the assembly design. Now, okay, we created another one. For the same part, but we can create the different part configuration. It shows the different stage. Okay, now let's see in how to use it in assembly modeling. Now, when we insert the component in assembly files. Now also you can change it. This is the part configuration. So it will call the different part stage. And then it is widely used in different environments. And set it the default one. Okay. Now next, in the CAD module, we provided some new flex tools, such as a bend and twist taper. This is a feature. Now let's see the several different cases. Okay, the first case I show it the cylindric bend. And so when we pick it a shape and then assign the datum. Now in another setting option, if you change it, this is rotated angle value. It will change a different direction. And then you can use angle or reduce the two different controls methods. Now 30, 90 degree. And then if you define it, the 180, it is a half circle. So you will get it. This is a bend result. Now in our product design, sometimes we also is widely used this kind of the bend. Now let's see the second, the toroid the bend. Also, it is compared with the first bend. The second bend, it is bend the shape with the two directions. First one is a tube angle. Now I set it. It is 660. And then the second, it is a ring angular. Now we can set it the first the 180, it is a half. Now if you want to get it a whole circle, the 360. So according to the different angle, we will get it the bend result. Now this is a bend. It is very useful to some of the design the product. Now next we'll see it, the twist and the temper. Twist. Now this is a shape. It is a whole high. The value it is a 300. You can change the difference, the range. If set it to 200, so it will just twist. It is a half. Now if you set it the taper, and this is a value, it is 0.5. And define it the straight. So if you change it, the X, Y, and Z, the scales, the any value it can different. Now this is a several different case. It shows the flex designs. I think in your daily design work, you can use them to do the most things. Now next, I show something about assembly design. Now assembly design, it is one point we also need to kill, just that we have said, except for the pattern, the features. All assembly operations are removed from the history manager. So if you want to say the assembly information, you need to go to assembly manager to check it, the component and alignment. This is information. Now also some other point, and I'll not take so much time to do it again. Now in the point cloud, we will say this is a ribbon tools. Also, we have make some of the small adjust, such as the trim and split. This is a feature. He can directly to work on the STL module, so it will be more efficient. Also, is a very important thing. It is a new feature. It is a cross section. So if we get it STL module, we can directly to get it the cross section. Now use this is a cross section curve, and then we can create it. We can create it. This is a surface modeling. Okay, now we'll do it to the next one. So the next one is about the healings. Now in the healing module, we added some of the two features. It is checked the corner and the healing the corner. Now from this is a pictures, you will see it. Some of the corner point, but some of the edges, it is not in the same point. Use the checked corner, and then we can check it. This is corner in the one point. Maybe we can taxi some of the case. Okay. Now check it. This is check it. This corner. This is a part. But sometimes the problem it is no problem. But sometimes when we do the blend operation or make the trim the part and get it core and cavity side, but it is failed. Sometimes I suggest we can use a check corner. This is the new features. And check corner. Now this is a shape. After that, it will show the check corners, the result. So it will show some of the coordinate. It is not the same as the end point. Okay. Also from the screen, you will see it. This is corner. It is not at the same point. Now use the healing the corner. And then the second time it is here the vectors. When we pick it, this is corner point, and then After that, now we check it. This is the corner the 3 different edges in the one same positions. So also it is the same. Just like this is images, it is show. Okay, next one we'll say it's another point. In ZW3D 2014 version, with the drafting, it is a big improved module. Also, it has so many different good improvements. Now, first, it is when we created the views, now such as the layout and standout views, it can support the users to customize the project frame. And the second point, it is very useful. It is for session. This is such as several different session feature. It supports designers to very convenient to the customize the which component not to be session. Okay, so everything is clearly. So today, the internet, it is not very good. Maybe some of the people will see the screen, it is a late delayed. So I'll try to my best to say this slowly and then keep out my screen and my sound, it is at the same. Okay, now I'll continue for the introduce the drafting. This is part. Okay, next sheet. This is about the drafting, the improvement. This is assemblies and modules. So first, I created the standard view. This is a front view. And then I created the full session view. So you can pick it at any point. Now, compared with the previous version, 2014 version, the head result, it is much better. Also, in the history manager, we can easily to assign which the part it is not session. Now, the second the method. And then in the sheet manager, you can assign the which part is not session. It is shift, do again, it kills, it is not session. So we can very convenient in the sheet manager or when we created the session views, we can easily to assign this is which component not session, especially for some of the standard parts such as the shaft, usually it is not session in the views. Now, second, it is a very good information. It's about direct edit view. So it means that when we created the session views, now after creating, we can directly to drag and drop the session line to the any point, and then the session view it will automatically to update it. The second point. Also, in the session view, it is not be deleted. On previous version, we support users who can directly to delete the sub-geometry in in the views. But in 2014 version, this sub-object just can be blanked or assigned different layers. Now also for the there is a new feature. It is a rotated view, and then there is in the right menu we provided a new options for the alignment, and then to control this is a session view and basic view. It is keep it in projection the directions. Okay, for example, this case. Create a 2D shape. And then now created 4 section views. Now just for section view, you can pick it any point. Now after that, we can directly to drag the section line to the any point. And at the same time, you will find the section view, it can automatically to update. It's very quick. Now, if you change the direction or add the new insert point, also is very quick from the right menu. The reverse direction to get it another the review. Now, pick it the subject object of the views, and then you can blank them. Button can't be deleted. And blank all, you will get all information. Now after that, okay, get it, the reverse the direction. Now for the section view, the default setting, you can move, this is the section view just along the projection method. But if you unpick the alignment, you can move this is view to the any position. If you want to return the another, this is the linked relations, just pick the alignment again. Now next, I'll continue to create a stand views. And then this is a new feature, the rotated view. It is only to work for the stand view. You can rotate it, this is a view just like a 3D PDF. So, and get it, this is a final result. Now, except for the many improvements about for the creating the view and then to create the section view, now also in the dimension, we have some of the good improvement. Except for the center line, it will automatically create it when we created the views. And another good point is we provide the new tolerance zoom and new fit tolerance for the assembly part. Also, there is a big new feature is a grip edit dimension. So most of the time, when we created a modeling and then add the dimension informations. But after that, when we modify or change the modules back to the 2D sheet, you will find some dimension, it becomes and display in the red color. It means this is a linked geometry, it is lost or it is changed. But in ZW3D 2014 version, use a grab edit of dimension, so we can quickly to modify this is a dimension, get it a new link object. Okay, first let's say this case. Now take example the shaft key. First, you will find this is a center line, it automatically to create. Now when we pick the cylinder surface, this is a symbol, it will automatically to edit. Now when you change it attribute, you can use the manual method to input or inquire the tolerance and shaft tolerance or hole tolerance according the requirement to set it. So this is for a single part. But what's the things in assembly? Now when we get it, this is a shaft, the dimension, and then edit the tolerance, several different types. There is a shaft feed tolerance and the hole feed tolerance. So it's very quickly to edit this kind of the feed tolerance. Okay, next one, we will say it. It is a grip edit dimension. So first, we will create some of the base code dimensions. Also, it is same on the any version. Now, after that, when we pick the dimension, you will find there are some the grab edit point. Now, put your mouse and drag this point to any new position. This is the dimensions. He can automatically to update it. So when we fixed some changed or lost the dimension information, so we can quickly just drag and drop. This is a grabbed of the dimension point to a new object. Then this is a link relation. It is back. It is return and get it the new dimension size. Okay, except for so many improvement about the views and the dimensions, also in the drafting have some the good point is upgraded table. Now in the 2013 version, the BOM table, whole table, and electro table, so many different tables. We can work with this table. It's more convenient. It's just like to work with the Excel. And in ZW3D 2013 version, we provide a style manager. Now, on later version, we continue to improve the style manager. So if you try this one, you will find it. The style manager, it is supported more and more different styles, such as the point, the line, text, and dimension, and the tables, the views, and animation, hatch, and so on. Okay, this is a table. I created a BOM tables. Now this is a base code table. Now if you click the table, you will get it. There is another tools. Also, if you double click, single click, you will active this is the table tools. And then you can easily to insert the alone and row and column. This is information. And directly to edit the column the pictorial. And at the time, also if you pick any icons, you can delete them or modify it. Delete this one. Now also, if you want to change this is alignment, the middle, the left, or the wrong. Also, this is the whole working and the workflow. It is similar like the Excel. And this is the last one. It is end date. If you want to change, this is a pictorial, such as changes the datum to the descriptions. Now you can, in this table, you can add something, but you will get it. There is a hint message. The chapter, so it will unlinked. Edit is a bearing. So after that, now we continue to edit the material information. Now also, this is a material information. It's from the part attribute. Now when we to modify or change, this is a material information. It is 42 the CR. And the next, so many designers he will want to know how to update it a part attribute with this is a BOM table information. Now when we back to the modeling and go to the big shaft module, now check it a part attribute. Also, you will find it, and then this is information. You will find it material. It is updated. Also, this is a BOM styles. We can define it in the styles manager. So we just say this is the case we said. The sales manager, he supported so many different. Now, next one, we'll say it's something is about the other module. We introduce the base code function and the solid and the modeling feature, the drafting, now and sketch. Now let's such as the sheet metal module. In sheet metal module, we have the new point. The first, it is we supported the flange on the curved edge, such as on previous version, we just support created a flange on the open edges. Now, on the 2014 version, we can create this kind of the case, just like this is image. And another important point, we can, in the 2D sheet, we can show the blend lines in the view. So this is information, it is useful for sheet metal case. Now, second point is about direct edit. A direct edit, we provided a new direct edit ribbon tools. So some users, he can very easily and very visual to get it, the which the feature is a direct edit function. And also, we allow users, he can directly to modify the radius from the cylinder, the geometry. Now, another important point is freeform the module. There is a new feature, is a joint face with the same geometry. Now, it is like that, such as when we imported a geometry, but some of the, such as a plane, it is divided into two parts. Use a joint face feature, we can get it a new one. Now, this is an imported case. Zoom out and zoom in, okay. When we find it in this is corner, we find this is the cylinder surface. It is divided into two parts. Also, in this chamfer surface, it is the same. It divided two parts. Now, when we use a freeform feature, the joint face, and then just pick the whole shape. So he can automatically to find it, the which geometry need to be joined together. After that, okay, let's check it. This is a surface. It is linked together. So get it very good, the geometry. Now next one, we say it's the direct edit. So for so many the holes in this part, now we can directly to change, this is a radius for the hole and change it to the 10. And then to do it again, 12.5. So the modify the filter, modify radius, and the direct the move and direct offset face and replace. So this is direct features. He can help us to do some more work. Now also in the last I will show something is about the third-party applications. Now in the first we said ZW3D about the data exchange functions. ZW3D 2014 has an integrated function. Without the transmagic, we can directly to read the CAD NX SolidWorks SolidEdge. This is file. Also, we can directly to save ZW3D files into CAD 4 and CAD 5 the format. So in 2014, the Transmagic, the web package, it is not provided. Since we needed to use this application, we can directly to read 3D modules. Now, second point is about the part solution. Also, in 2014 version, we don't provide new part solutions. But if you are using ZW3D 2013, so you don't worry. we can continue to use the same part solution in ZW3D 2014. We just haven't provided a new, upgraded the part solution. But the previous version, we continue to use just the part solution with line and 0.05. It is version, it is no problem. So, okay, now in the next point, do you have some other questions for this today's webinar? Is ZW3D the new CAD features? Okay, I get it some of the questions from our attendees. So I'll give you an answer for your questions. So the next one is part solution will be placed by the other product in the feature. No, we don't. For the part solution, we're not to provide an upgraded one. But if you use the ZW3D 2013 and using the related part solution, this is version, it is also to support in the latest ZW3D version. So you don't worry this is point. But we don't provide a new replaced product. And another question is about did you see that you can export to the CAD V5? Yes, it is no problem. Now, okay, we go back to software and check it. This is several different case. Now, go back to the data exchange, and then there is export. Or also, you can directly go to the file and export. So we can directly to find it. On previous version, we just to support this is IGS, Parasolid, or DWG STL file. But I use the ZW3 2014 and beta version from my screen. You will find we can directly to export the CAD V4 and V5. Created, this is the part. So there is a versions. So we can successful to export the file to CAD. Just to support the CAD, not for the SolidWorks, the SolidEdge imported, we not supported. We just supported the import the function. So for this import and export, I think this is a table, you can get it clear. If you check it, this is a PowerPoint. Now, okay, I'll say some others question. I say it. Another question is that can we save the BOM styles and use it again as a standards? I think it is no problem. So okay. Now there is a single part. For this is a basic case. I created a 2D sheet, and then directly to pick it anyone to create some of the basic views. So in the PowerPoint, I said the style manager will continue to improve. Now on previous version, in the style manager, we just support this is a dimension and this is alignment. But in this 2014, you will find it supports so many, even the point, the line, text, hatch, and the BOM table. So in the BOM table, you can set it, this is attribute. And this is attribute, he can save as the standards. So just define it then in your style manager. Also, it can save your drawing the standards. I use a beta 2 version. In the beta 3 version, I think the style manager also has some good improvements. We continue to optimize it is this part. Okay, there also I get it some of the question. So why we don't have the part solution in the new versions? I think it is not the technical question. This is our plans, the company's plan. So I can't to give you details information. So for this point. Another question is about to import the GT format. For the GT's import format, we have the plan to do it. I can't to give you a details line, but we plan to do it. So I think in the future, maybe we can do it. Now, hello everyone. Do you have some other question? Also, I get it. Another question: is there any other software for part solution in plan? So, in the plan, I have the part solution. It is on previous version. It is free. It is provided by ZW3D, but we at the same time we also to support so many other different standards, such as the trace part. Also, it is another part library. But if you our users, if he want to use this kind of the part library, he need to buy yourself. So on previous version, the part solution just it is free from ZW3D. Also, okay, I check it, your question. Are there any plan to add the third-party CE solution for ZW3D? For the CE solution, also we are planning to do it, but how but I can't in present I can't give you a detailed time to how to get it available. So, but we have plan. Also, I get it another question. Is there in future any the Pi library? It means that the solid edge. Okay, so today I will. I think our question time it is a more focus on the pilot solution or some the data exchange this part, but I also very highly to welcome you post your suggestion or any feedback to our technical email or post your post in our format. Now our technical email I sent to us, sent to you. ZW3D at zwsoft.com. So hello everyone. So for today's webinar, I think also I want to say it. If you some user he don't know where is what's new the document, it is in the help the menu and there is a what's new. Also in the each version, this is document it is updated, so you can get it very clear and the very all the informations and what is upgraded in ZW3D 2014 version. So the webinar we just show some of the highlight point, some very useful point to you. From this document, you can get it some another details information. Also very highly to welcome to post your feedback and any suggestion to us. So it's okay. Also, in the just reminders, in the next month we will continue to hold another webinar on on the new CAD feature in ZW3D 2014 version. We will continue to show you some of the good and useful features to us to help you to design your work and the machining work. And more information will be available later on our webinar, our website, or the forum, and also I think you will get the email about it. So we hope to see you again.